recording.
Okay. Let's give Kevin some pause time.
Let's breathe heavy in the mic for Kevin. Hey, Kevin. This is us. Hey. What you doing? What you wearing, Kevin?
My wiener.
Oh, yeah. Penis. Okay. Time to get less serious.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the SMAGcast.
The SMAGcast.
We got half of a show for you today because Kevin's got a tender tummy and Lauren's missing.
Yeah. So we're 2 men down, but...
That's okay. Anyway, I'm Paul.
And I'm Mike.
And we're half of SMAG. And we've got a few things to talk about today. So, but before we get to that, how's it going, Mike?
I never know how to answer that question.
Oh, okay.
I always want to give, like, most people treat that as just a, yeah, fine, I'm doing fine. I actually give it consideration. And I think I overthink it. I think I overthink everything.
Well, yeah, same here.
But I'm actually, people ask me that, and I always want to tell them the truth.
Right.
But nobody wants to hear the truth about that. They don't want to hear, oh, well, my job sucks, my feet hurt.
Yeah. Sounds like a country song.
Yeah. So, I'm doing fine. How about you?
Actually, my job doesn't suck, but my feet don't hurt, so I guess I'm fine, too.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about this week as my iPad restarts?
The iPad with the list of things to talk about this week?
Yeah.
Let's see, what was...
I had an update.
Apple!
Yeah. I recently watched the Star Trek The Next Generation Best of Both Worlds digital remake.
In the theater.
It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was Thursday night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that because I was at work.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of us went to it. It was remastered from the original negatives.
Yeah, they've been doing that for the Blu-rays.
Yeah, and it looked fantastic.
I bet.
And it was just as good as I remember it when I was, however old I was when it came out.
So I do have a question. How did it look? I mean, on the screen, did it look more cinematic-y, or did it still, how, it was shot, I guess it was shot in film then, if it was done from the negatives.
Yeah, but at 30 frames a second for TV, maybe.
Yeah. So did it look more film-like on the screen, or did it still look, TV-like?
Like a giant TV.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, and even right before the movie started, it actually said, this has been formatted, or has not been formatted, or something like that, basically saying, hey, this is still 4:3.
Oh, yeah, it was shot so long ago, it's still 4:3.
Yeah.
I always forget that. I guess just so used to the way technology has moved, you forget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
things used to suck.
Yeah. Well, at the time they didn't suck.
Oh, yeah, but,
progress means making your childhood suck.
Yeah.
Or the things you loved. Like, the remake of Transformers and the Ninja Turtle movie they're trying to do now. I tried to watch Transformers 3.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 separate times.
I haven't even touched it. After 2, I was done. Well, I was done after 1, but 2 was kind of a exercise in how bad could it have gotten.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Can we force Michael Bay to retire?
Oh, I wish.
At gunpoint?
I wish.
With duct tape?
I mean, the acting is terrible. The Transformers are just horrible. Just flat out horrible. Laserbeak talks.
Oh. Ooh.
At least I'm pretty sure that's Laserbeak. I don't know. It could have been it could have been Pterosaur from Beast Wars.
Who gives a fuck-a-con?
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, I had to put on my Facebook that, Transformers 3 is the Plan 9 of this generation. So, anyway, the Star Trek thing.
Yeah, back on.
Because I was trying to remember what the hell we were talking about. Before the... I guess, movie in this case.
The feature.
The feature, yeah, started. They were showing a bunch of before and after digitized scenes and stuff. So it's like, you know, here's the people standing on a rock, and here it is. The rock has texture now. You know, so of course they had a shot of Tasha Yar, and before they got to the remastered part, I said the remastered part's where she's dead.
So did they redo effects as well? I know they did for the Blu-rays of Encounter at Farpoint and stuff.
Well, they showed how they shot them initially and put them together.
Yeah.
They were, when the Borg cube exploded, there was no ring like the Death Star, so that was good.
Overused effect.
Yeah, but one of the nice things was they found, when they were doing all this, a blooper reel that has never before been seen. So it was pretty funny. I gotta admit, my favorite part in the whole thing, you have Data, Worf, and Picard on transporter pad, and somebody, I think it was Riker, is off camera saying, "Well, how did they leave it, Captain?" And he's like it was in a bottle. Come on, didn't anybody, you know, ship in a bottle? Didn't anybody build ships in a bottle when they were a kid? And then Michael Dorn, as Worf, says, "I did not play with boys." So, like, oh, nice. But yeah, there's a lot of flubbed lines and things of that nature. But all in all, it was definitely worth I think $12 to go see it. And then next week, on Thursday night, is a live theater cast. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Of Wait, Don't Tell Me. And probably be going to that by myself.
Yeah, well, if I wasn't working.
Yeah. But, you know, I like podcasts from NPR. I just like public radio, let's face it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't donated to your public radio, because they're doing drive time right now.
Wait a minute. If we're asking for donations, we should ask for donations to us.
Yeah, we should start a Kickstarter. Buy ourselves a Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a guy who's doing that. Not going to give you anything. He just wants a Lamborghini.
Yeah. I would at least have pictures. You know, like, here I am in the Lamborghini you bought me, internet.
Well, he'll probably do that. He does seem like kind of a douchey.
Well, yeah, he's doing a Kickstarter to get a Lamborghini and not offering anything in return.
I don't think he quite understands the implication, or not implications, but you don't just buy a Lamborghini. It's not like going and buying a Honda Civic and then driving it around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of upkeep on a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And taxes, insurance.
Yeah.
You know, even just liability insurance on a Lamborghini, I'm pretty sure, is astronomical.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
So he does say in the Kickstarter, though, for a year, it's enough money for the Lamborghini and a year of all that. But after that year, he's going to be screwed. I mean,
pretty much.
Because after that year, he'll probably need a new set of tires, which is probably going to be, $5,000.
Probably.
And I don't want to know what an oil change on a Lamborghini's like.
I think they're about $40 at Quality Car Care.
You're really going to take a Lamborghini car care?
The only problem is they won't actually fit over the lip for the bay.
Yeah. You take your Lamborghini to Quality Car Care, it's going to come back, if you get it back.
Yeah.
It'll probably have an extra 300 miles on it.
Probably.
It'll be like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. I just have to run it backwards.
Yeah. It's no segue from that, do we? Not much.
Nope. No segue.
That's something that never went anywhere. The segue.
Yeah. Well, just funny pictures, threads, and things of that nature.
Yeah. Who do you see riding a Segway?
Cops.
Yeah, that's about it.
You think they would walk? They need to.
cops and that guy from Arrested Development.
I never watched that.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I've often heard that I need to watch that, but it usually turns out that the things that I need to watch, I ended up never watching.
Yeah. Well, of course, Netflix is doing a new season of it.
Yeah. I like the fact that Netflix is producing their own material.
Yeah. Speaking of something Netflix should produce, Futurama just got canceled again.
I know.
Just when I got caught up again, because I watched up till the most, whatever the last season is up on Netflix.
Yeah, I do that with shows where I'm like, oh, Netflix has all of this, and then I'll watch a couple of seasons, and I'm like, I'm sick of this show. I'm never watching it again. I got to like season 5 of Futurama. I'm like a third of the way through season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which I loved.
Yeah.
You know, as far as story-based Star Trek goes, that was the one. But I watched so much of it, I'm just like, well, I don't care. Jim Hadar can blow up the station. I don't care anymore. But yeah, Netflix kind of ruined series for me in that way.
Yeah. Well, I guess I was lucky because I just started with the new Comedy Central stuff. I didn't go back because I'd watched all of the old Futurama just in reruns before. That was like the only thing I would actually stop and watch back when I had a TV in my room. I would actually watch that. But, so I just sat down and was like, I forget what number seasons there were, but the last 2 or 3 seasons, just watch those.
Okay, what's the opposite of segue? A flashback?
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess
so speaking of cartoons, go back to Star Trek real quick.
Yeah.
So Thursday night, you know, they're doing like this whole biography of those 2 particular episodes, and they're interviewing, you know, Jonathan Frakes and Patrick Stewart and LeVar Burton and everybody that was on the show, including what's her name, Brian Dennehy's daughter that played the lieutenant commander on there. Anyway, so they interviewed all of them and Seth MacFarlane.
Well, did you just wonder where they got the idea to interview him? I mean, out of left field? Was he just there that day?
I have no idea. And they didn't interview anybody else that wasn't affiliated with the show. It was just Seth MacFarlane. Just all of a sudden he pops up on the screen. He's like, yeah, I remember when this came out and, you know, I recorded it off the TV. And, man, that summer I just wore that tape out. They blurred out, yeah, like Family Guy. So, yeah, for no apparent reason, Seth MacFarlane likes Star Trek.
Well, yeah.
So they interviewed him.
Still waiting for his the Seth MacFarlane produced, Neil deGrasse Tyson hosted Cosmos to come out.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think I heard it's like they've had to halt production for some reason. I don't know why.
It's probably because they're looking for a hot wife, a fat son,
a talking animal.
A talking animal, comic relief, an angry baby, and a, you know, annoying daughter.
It's going to be animated.
Yeah. Yeah. The Neil deGrasse Tyson show. It's kind of like the Cleveland show, which I never watched.
I think you're better off for that. I didn't watch it either, but
I just got so tired of Family Guy.
Yeah.
The jokes it was like watching a Margaret Cho special. It was like, well, that's not funny, and they're going to be quiet until you laugh. So, Google Glass. I know that we just kind of skipped over it.
Yeah.
2 times ago?
Yeah, three times.
I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, this guy, Robert Scoble, what a name, used Google Glass for 2 weeks.
Well, did he use it for 2 weeks? Because
it
hasn't been out that long. I don't know. Is he going to use it for 2 weeks?
No, he used it already for 2 weeks.
I guess he must have got his hands on it really early then.
Yeah. So he says that he will never live a day of his life from now on without it. It's that significant. He did a lot of interviews with people,
asking
them, you know, because one of the big selling points will be the price.
Yeah.
So he gave 5 speeches, and during the time, he asked people, would you pay $200 for a Google Glass? And there was a lot of hands. And then he was like, $300 and a few less hands. He got up to $500, and there were still, a few hands up.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be those people,
Well, there are people that, paid $2,000 for a, PlayStation and Xbox, when they first came out.
Oh, yeah.
So there are crazy people out there that will pay that kind of money, but just like tablets, for widespread adoption, there's going to be a price point that's, the sweet spot.
Yeah.
When iPads and stuff came out, $400, $500, $600.
Mm-hmm.
Only the diehards would buy it then. But once they hit that sub $300 price point, they started selling like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, up until, the Nexus 7, another Google thing, the Nexus 7 came out, all your tablets were over $300, and it was kind of a slow market.
Yeah.
But once they broke down under that, all bets were off. So I think that's about the price point they're going to have to hit. Maybe a little higher, since, it is very miniaturized tech. It's basically, it doesn't have a cell phone radio, but it's, an Android operating system.
Yeah.
Smartphone based, processor and all that, shrunk down into something you can wear on your face.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a little more expensive than a smartphone, but...
True.
But that's about the price point I think they need to hit. Here's a question, though.
Okay.
Would you own one?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I mean, I love tech,
Yeah.
I would like one for that, just because it would fill my gadget, especially portable gadgets I've always liked.
Yeah.
I always like just having gadgets and shit with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd fill that, desire of mine. I'm not quite sure how useful it would be, because I don't take a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
I do occasionally, but I'm not like a shutterbug. I'm not like, I don't record video for crap.
Yeah. Well, you might start.
Yeah, I mean...
Like your drive to work on your motorcycle.
That would be something. Use it like kind of a dash cam on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, just start recording in case crazy shit happens. Like a Russian dash cam.
Yeah, and I could see a whole lot of people wearing the Google Glass for when they get pulled over by the cops.
Yeah, and I can see a lot of cops trying to get bent out of shape over it.
Mm-hmm. But, does it have a flashing red light?
Yeah.
Because you could just... it's not illegal to film cops doing their job. They're public service people.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I totally... I've seen several videos, especially of guys on motorcycles that, they have a GoPro. And there was one in particular where a guy had a GoPro just recording, and he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was, a big group of riders, though, and a lot of them were doing wheelies and acting like dongs.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't. He was doing the speed limit, wasn't, doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
And the cop decided to pull him over and tried to confiscate the camera.
Yeah.
So, I do agree that they should be filmed. I mean, they film us. They got dash cams.
Yeah.
They have, their radios recording all the time, so we should get to record that. I mean, we should. Most places can. There are a few states that say that's like wiretapping, which it isn't. But,
right. Yeah, I think Google Glass would definitely help with that.
Yeah.
Because if there's no indication that you're recording, how would they know?
Yeah.
Of course, then again, if you wore your Google Glass to the strip club, if you happen to go there. Of course, it's really dark there.
Yeah.
You need some post-processing.
Yeah, and I've heard that at least the first units, the camera isn't great at low light.
Mm-hmm.
But, who knows, they may actually fix that or get a better camera for the production units. But, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be places, of course, that won't let you. I mean, it'll be the same places right now where you can't whip out your cell phone and start recording.
Right.
I mean, everybody, pretty much anybody who has a cell phone now has a camera on them. So the only difference is that the camera's right there and can be pointing at anything you're looking at.
Yeah.
As opposed to seeing the person holding up their cell phone.
Yeah. Also, I think it'd be really cool if it had crosshairs.
I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do that. There'll probably be an app for
health
that.
display.
Probably.
With a Doom guy.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But, I mean, they're already, you know, that's what this current edition is basically for developers to start making apps and stuff for it.
Yeah.
There's already someone that's rooted the glass.
Of course.
He doesn't know what to do with it. He's like, yeah, I got root access. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. But because he really said he's kind of afraid because they are such a tightly regulated at this point. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to, you know, put his own code on there and have Google turn them off or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of agreement you have to sign right now because they are, you know, pre-production, limited run. Mm-hmm. Like in the there's not an NDA right now, non-disclosure agreement, but in the agreement you sign to get these early ones, it says you cannot sell them.
Yeah.
Even though you paid for it, you paid $1,500 for it, you can't sell it. And in fact, one guy already tried to sell one on eBay and got shut down.
Yeah.
I think he was asking like $10,000 or something crazy.
Probably could have gotten it too.
He probably could have if he hadn't gotten shut down. But you know, they just don't want it out in the wild where, you know, because it's not finished. Even though it's, you know, looks pretty slick, it's not done.
Yeah.
Really, the only things you can do with it are the stuff Google has, you know, put in there, which is record video. You can do Google Hangouts.
That's cool.
With it, which I've seen video, like when they first, not when they first talked about it, but when they first really made widespread stuff like last year, one of the demos they showed was a person while skydiving having a Google Hangout with people on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
and on the other side of that, you can have a Google Hangout when you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm in a meeting right now.
What other disgusting uses for glass can we think of?
Oh, man.
The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
I mean, think about it. You can have a tele-orgy.
That's true.
4 people with Google Glass in like 2 different states.
Yeah. Well, this just took a weird turn.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Or you could just have, you know, 2 people with glass having sex in the hangout together. They're seeing each other.
Wow, okay. You just really went Demolition Man there, didn't you?
Of course, yeah. What does it say about me? The first thing I think of is...
Yeah.
You think of toilet, I think of sex.
Well, you know, you are what you eat.
The big question is, when will they have Google Glass for dogs?
I don't know. I don't know what my dog would do with that. I guess I could have a hangout with my dog. You know, one of the things that Smag really started with, I guess, I don't know, since I was the last person to join, was YouTube videos. But speaking of YouTube, do you actually, like, watch any series or anything like that?
A few. No. I say a few, but too much. Mainly, I watch a lot of Let's Play.
Yeah.
There's this group. They mostly play Minecraft, but other stuff as well, called Mindcrack.
Yeah, yeah.
And I watch a few guys from there. I don't watch everyone. There's like 12 guys on there.
Yeah.
And I watch mostly, like, Good. He's the one that started it. Mm-hmm. I watch a lot of his stuff, and Vintage Beef.
Yeah.
And who else on there? I used to watch more, but I've kind of gotten off the ball of some of them. SMAGcast, of course. I mean...
Yeah, SMAGcast is good. I don't know. I kind of got a little burnt out on SMAGcast.
Yeah, I don't watch their Minecraft stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But I've been watching their Truckin' Tuesday.
Yeah.
That stuff, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like Truckin' Tuesdays. And basically, I have been watching Shin's Feed the World, which is Feed the Beast, but he's basically just concentrating on the forestry mod and trying to make a farm. So, and I don't know a whole lot about the forestry mod, so it's been kind of interesting. And he's a good builder, and he's kind of funny. But as far as all of the Augs go, nobody can beat Sips. Because holy crap, that dude's funny. I've been watching his SimCity Let's Play, and it really makes me want to get SimCity, except that I'm playing Dead Island right now because he and Shin played it, and I was like, well, that looks like fun. And I kind of lost his Skyrim playthrough. I was watching that for a bit.
Yeah.
But then I just kind of stopped.
Yeah, it seems to be the way. It's like, I'm into this, I stopped watching.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kurt J. Mack. He's one of the guys on Mindcrack. I watch all of his stuff. He's really good at commentary. I mean, he's got a good voice. Mm-hmm. And his main Minecraft series is Far Lands or Bust.
Okay.
Where back in beta 1.7... 0.5, I think is what he plays it in. They used to have the Far Lands, which was when the terrain generation, when it hit the floating decimal error, the terrain generation would just go crazy, and you'd get these jagged, broken landscapes. But it's like millions of blocks out.
Yeah.
So he one day he decided, before he really knew how far exactly it was, he just knew that there was an area where it happened. He just started walking to the Far Lands. And it's now kind of a charity walkathon. And that while he does it, he raises money for Child's Play.
Okay. That's cool.
So he's on, I don't know how far he is now, but he's pretty far out there. He's gotten far enough to where, when you look at a block in Minecraft, you get that outline around it.
Yeah.
The little wire outline. It is actually offset by about 5 pixels from the actual block because of the rounding error.
Yeah.
And if he walks diagonally, it jumps back and forth his viewpoint. It's very shaky.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not very shaky, but if he looks down at something, especially if there's like an entity on the ground, like some pork he threw on the ground, it will be perfectly in his stay static in his field of view, but the whole world will kind of jump back and forth while he walks.
That's disturbing.
So he's definitely seeing some effects, but he's still like only 10% of the way there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, but he hasn't, since he started on the quest though, he hasn't died yet. He died before he really started off in this world, but he's still running that old version. So it's he doesn't have the hunger bar.
Yeah,
he can sleep in beds. Does have beds in that version.
Yeah,
and he has a wolf companion that he keeps with him.
Cool,
but named Wolfie.
That's original.
Wolfie McWolfington.
Ah, yeah.
But the third,
of course.
But he's only the first one. But anyway, so he just walks. But he has other stuff I've been watching too. Well, like I said, I watch all the stuff, but been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2.
And how is that?
Wow, that's some trucks.
Yeah, that's like that's the same people who made Farming Simulator, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, because I play Farming Simulator 2013.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, I mean, it looks kind of interesting. I don't know if I could find it for like $10, I'd play it. I don't know if I'd pay whatever it is, $40 right now for it. For Euro Truck, because it does everything. I mean, you start off, driving trucks for other people, but you can kind of skip the whole backing into docks and stuff like that. But you get more points for actually doing all the maneuvering.
Yeah.
And you can buy trucks, and it's got the interior of the trucks. You can actually, when you buy a truck, you can customize it.
Nice.
Like you do, trucks.
Does it have prostitution? Are there lot lizards?
I doubt it.
Okay.
In fact, I would say no. Are there even lot lizards in England? I don't know.
What's a parking lot called in England? No, it's in Germany.
Well,
that's where this company is located.
Yeah, but you can pick where you start. I think it covers England, France, Germany.
Okay.
You know, it's because it's Euro Truck Simulator. It's not. It covers a lot of area
Because
there.
Farming Simulator, you only get the one map initially. I mean, you could download other maps.
Yeah, but you can pick where you start. He started in England. You go through the Channel.
Nice.
You can take trips through the Channel.
Does it like fast forward to the other side?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just get on the train. You know, there's these big. Apparently, for the Channel, they have big like trains that are designed to take buses and trucks.
Oh,
through
okay.
it.
Yeah, because I think I would get like 2 or 3 miles in and just snap.
No, you don't drive through the Channel. They have trains for that.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm going straight.
Yeah.
Yep. And actually, it's not like 1-to-1 scale. It's a scaled down world.
Okay.
So, you know, it doesn't take hours to get somewhere. You know, taking a 5 or 6 hour drive probably takes about half an hour.
So it's not Desert Bus.
No, it's not Desert Bus.
That's good.
Someone should remake Desert Bus, though. I've always said there should be a 3D remake of Desert Bus.
Yeah, it really needs updated graphics. And, it should be analog compatible. So you could just slightly hold the stick to keep from going and veering off to the right.
Yeah. So what do you watch? You have any channels you watch regularly?
There are a few things that I watch, aside from the SMAGcast.
Yeah, who doesn't watch SMAGcast? I mean, if you're not watching SMAGcast right now, you should.
But you should be listening to SMAGcast.
Well, yeah, you listen to us first, then you go watch SMAGcast.
Right. So there's this woman named Kirsten Dirksen, and she does stuff through, what's it called? Like fair trade companies. And that's the name of her business. Anyway, she goes around and she films people that have like interesting small houses.
That's interesting.
Because tiny house is like, a big thing right now.
Yeah.
Like 120 square feet. That's the biggest your house is or whatnot. And, I can kind of understand that. I've got a 3-bedroom house here, and I'm just like, fuck, it takes forever to clean. I have so much stuff, and every time I have to move, it just takes forever.
Yeah.
So, but like the smallest apartment she had on there, which is still kind of interesting. There's this guy living in Manhattan, I think it was. And for $800, he had an apartment that was 38 square feet. Yeah, as Mike's looking around.
Yeah, I'm looking around trying to envision that. That's crazy.
It was basically a closet at the end of a hallway.
I think I've seen something with that guy or that apartment.
And he built a couch that he can slide out, and it becomes his bed. And when you're sitting on the couch, you can put your feet up on the wall directly across from you because there's only enough room. If the guy puts his hands out, he can touch both the walls. And he's got a desk for his laptop, and he's got a big cabinet thing that he built. And that houses all of his food, which he doesn't have a lot of because it's New York and you go out, and his clothes and some of his toiletries. And that's the whole apartment right there. And he works from home. But it has a window. And when he has to go to the bathroom, then he goes across the hall.
Well, I was going to say, I pretty much live out of my bedroom, other than bathroom and kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't, I got my computer. Then I started thinking, well, that's like 10 by 12.
Yeah.
So that's 120 square feet.
Yeah.
I can't imagine living in a third of that. That's the size of my bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I have a queen-size bed.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's a bit extreme for me.
Yeah, I mean,
because my last apartment was $85 cheaper and a whole lot bigger than that.
yeah,
But,
your computer room was probably 4 times the size of that guy's whole apartment.
Probably. Yeah.
Because that computer room's a lot bigger than my bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. So, I watched that, and that's interesting. I watch a lot of off-the-grid stuff. because eventually I'm going to go somewhere and write my manifesto. It's going to be the side of a mountain or something.
I like the internet too much to go off the grid now.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. See, that's the thing. It's like, I'm going to be off the grid except for internet.
You'll have a solar-powered thing just to charge up your...
Well, I mean, you can make... you could build... what the hell are those things called? Earth ships.
Yeah.
Which are, fantastic self-sustaining houses built out of tires and solar panels and stuff.
Yeah.
But, of course, I need a lot of solar panels.
Yeah.
But they're coming down in price.
I think the biggest problem would be energy storage for cloudy and nighttime. That still requires a buttload of batteries or some other...
Well, most of the Earth ships will have, 4 to 8 solar panels, and then up on the roof, they have, 8 deep cycle marine batteries.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, there's going to be some adjustments. You have to go, well, do I really need this light on? But there will never be an adjustment for, well, do I really need my computer?
Yeah, that's the other thing. A gaming computer sucks a lot of power.
Oh, yeah.
One of the YouTubes, to tie back into YouTube channels, one of the ones I recently started following was tested.com. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know the exact connection with Adam and Jamie from Mythbusters.
Yeah.
But they're involved with it. But it's the main people that do it are Will Smith, not actor Will Smith.
Okay, he's actually rapper Will Smith.
Yeah, no. Actually, I know of this guy. He used to be the editor for Maximum PC.
Okay.
When I watched their first, because they put their podcasts up on YouTube. Yeah. When I watched the first one, he said he's Will Smith. I was like, I know who you are.
Nice.
But they have done a lot of Oculus Rift coverage, and that's where I've gotten a lot of my information from them.
Okay.
And Norm Chan is the other guy.
Norm!
But they recently, one of their last ones, they talked about their home energy usage, and they said, the biggest offender by far was their computers.
Yeah.
Their gaming computers just sucking down. I think it's something even at idle, they're drawing 100 watts or something.
Jeez.
And at full tilt, they can run up to 900 watts.
Oh, yeah. I think, let's see, what do I have in mind? I think I have a 750 power supply.
Yeah, so, that's a lot of power.
Yeah. That's why I don't turn a lot of my lights on. And the laptop's in pretty well sleep mode most of the time. Actually, the PC spins, I was going to say most of the time in sleep mode, but that's not true because I'm at home. When I'm home, it's on.
Yeah.
But that's my entire entertainment device. I don't have TV.
Yeah, same here. I mean, we have a TV in the front room, but I never use it.
Yeah, I don't have cable. The only reason I even have a TV is just for the Wii. And I don't use that very often either. So, yeah, I mean, I got... That PC is where all my music is located and where my YouTube videos are and...
Yeah.
Where Dead Island is and Farming Simulator and Minecraft and porn and I don't know, just all that stuff.
Well, just looking through my list of YouTube guys, another one I watch is Scott Manley.
Scott Manley?
Yeah. Well, he's not Irish. Scottish.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
And but he's living in California. He does a lot of Kerbal space program videos.
Yeah.
And he does Eve videos. I don't really care about Eve.
Yeah.
He isn't a physicist, but he knows a lot about it because he studied it a lot in college. He does a lot of software stuff nowadays, but does some really good explanations about the physics behind, rocket science.
Yeah.
Rocketry and all that in his videos.
Cool.
And he has an interesting voice, too.
Yeah.
And his name's Scott Manley. How can you not watch it? That's his actual name.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's one other guy I watch, but he hasn't updated in a while. I mean, he's got 350 videos, but guy called the Kamloopian. He's from Kamloops, which is in Canada. So there's a lot of he's got the...
is that the terrain guy?
That's the terrain guy who looks like Dr. House, only stoned. But he's not stoned. It's just... There's something soothing about watching and listening to this guy, because he's, first off...
It's like...
He's just all over the place.
I think you described him once as Bob Ross of miniatures.
Of terrain building, yeah. Miniature terrain building, yeah. Yeah, his last project, he was building Fort Kamloops from whenever that city was founded, out of matchsticks. And, you know, like halfway through the video, you're always like, why am I watching this? I've got to keep watching this. He's selling matchsticks, and it's mesmerizing. And he's got a pretty cool voice, and he's actually kind of amusing to listen to.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so, so what? Oh, what did I do with that saw? Okay, there it is. Toby, stop that. And that's his cat. And then he's like, oh, yeah, so the other day, right, I went and, went to the store, right, and, man, where's that saw?
And he's not stoned.
Yeah, he's not stoned. I mean, sometimes he has some scotch or beer, but no, that's just the way he normally is. So I wish he would update more. His name's Steve. Yeah, that's just some of the stuff I watch on there. I watch some painting tutorials
and there are two other YouTube channels that I watch. One of them is Tesla 500. The other one is Mike's Electric Stuff. No relation to me.
Okay.
But one of them's Tesla 500 is Canadian. Is a guy from Canada.
He's from Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada. No, he's Canadian. Mike is English.
Okay.
Britain. But they both basically buy electrical stuff, like obscure electrical stuff. Not like VCRs or stuff, but like heart rate, or not heart rate monitors, but what am I thinking of? The automatic defibrillators, old high-speed cameras, just all kinds of weird, obscure electrical stuff, and then take it apart and explain what it does, how it does it, what all the parts are.
Yeah.
And that, ever since I was a kid, I liked taking shit apart.
Yeah, me too.
So I remember taking apart like my NES zapper gun, and pretty much just looking at the stuff and going, wow, what does this crap do?
Yeah.
So he, actually, both of them will describe, what all these little black chips in there do and what they think they are. Because, there's a lot of stuff. You can't really know it all with that. You have to have a lot of reference and things. But I've learned stuff like what an op amp is and what an opto-isolator is.
Yeah.
So...
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was going to follow this one sciencey thing, science channel, where they were doing stuff with animals. Along the same veins of taking things apart, they did that with a wolf.
They take animals apart.
Yeah, basically. And the hostess was kind of cute, but I was just like, I don't want to watch the dissection of a wolf right now.
Was it dead at least?
Yeah, it was dead.
Okay.
I mean...
Take a wolf apart and put it back together and hope it works.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I mean, I've gutted and skinned a deer before, but... just don't want to watch... Not that I care about wolves or anything, but, whatever.
Just not your bag. You don't want to...
Yeah, I just have. I think that about wraps it up for this week. How about you?
Sure.
Or this 2 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah, Kevin will be going to the coast for Free Comic Book Day next weekend, so hopefully he'll have some interesting things to talk about.
Yeah, when he comes back.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which place he's going to be at.
3 Alarm Comics.
3 Alarm Comics.
On the coast.
And that's in Biloxi or Gulfport?
I don't know.
Okay.
Somewhere down there.
Yeah. Anyway, go meet Kevin.
Yeah, and go harass him and ask him why he's such a... No, actually, he is pretty messed up. It's the antibiotics is what got him.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, don't take drugs, kids.
Unless your doctor tells you to, and then...
Even then. Side effects are terrible.
Yeah.
Drink more water.
Yeah, he'll be down there. I won't be able to go, though, because I'll I'll be working.
Yeah, I may or may not go. It depends on whether or not I care.
Yeah. I care, it's just I can't afford to.
Yeah. I mean, I care too. I might go down there just for a little while, but...
I care just because I want to get out of the city for a while. I haven't really done anything since DragonCon.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the coast last week, but that was for work. Company vehicle messed up, and we had to leave it down there. And I was supposed to go back this coming Tuesday, ride down with somebody else in my agency to D'Iberville, pick up the Jeep, and come right back. So anyway, since we derailed again...
Yes, the often derailing SMAGcast.
Yeah.
We need an outro, I guess. We need to come up with one at some point, I guess.
Okay, how about this? Okay, here's the outro. So anyway, for the SMAGcast, I'm Kevin. He's Warren.
I'm Warren.
And we're Smag.
See you next time.
See you next 2 weeks.
This has been the SMAGcast. If you have any thoughts or questions, you can reach us at thesmagcast@gmail.com. Our theme music is Out of School by Jazar from the album Traveler's Guide, available from freemusicarchive.org and used under Creative Commons license.